I'm never going to support the use of herbicides on public lands, period. I think this ordinance could be crafted to eliminate that. I'm not so sure. I don't want to see them penalized and losing maybe a chance of losing their grant funding, but the mechanical and all other ways of doing it and is there. So I don't know what another discussion about this would be. I thought I was in the minority here by expressing my concerns, and now it turns into the majority. But
You poked the wasp nest, Supervisor. So what's the action of the board, or is there any action? Let's move forward. We're an hour and 10 minutes late.
Direct staff to bring it back to us at the earliest possible moment with more detail with respect to the controversial issues that we've just spent an hour and 10 minutes talking about.
Okay, that's a motion?
It's not a motion, just direct staff. I don't think we need a motion.
Okay, what's the feeling of the board? Is that right? Okay, all right. Staff, come back to us, please. It's been 7 months we've been working on this, and enlighten us with a one more month extension on that.
I just need to mention to the board, that the issues regarding herbicide spraying on this were issues that were brought up at the committee level. I've been working with the group of stakeholders that were at the committee during this. I will continue to work with the group of stakeholders. I don't know, after listening to the discussion, what more of these stakeholders who have worked diligently can bring forward to you. I guess we can ask the Ag Commissioner for more specifics on the application of the herbicides, but contrary to some board members' comments, I feel like I've done a diligent job here to try to work with the stakeholders. They were the same stakeholders that appeared at the committee. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Kaler, don't take this personally. The request is that we simply get more detailed information. We don't have projected rates of application, the characteristics of the herbicides that might be used, the ones that will be used. There are a great number of things that we need from a technical level, and I think your sense that somehow or other this will not carry it forward is unwarranted and probably, in this context, inappropriate. So if you would proceed as staff to do what is necessary, I think the board would be very grateful.
Okay, moving right along. Item 8B, discussion possible action including adoption of a proclamation honoring Mr. Dwayne Hill upon his retirement from the Rural Communities Housing Development Corporation, RCHDC. Supervisor Smith as a sponsor. Supervisor.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hill, would you please come forward? I am very, very pleased to be able to present this to you, and knowing you and working with you over at least a decade, I guess. We're sorry to see you go, and that word retirement sort of looms out there, and you've served us so well in the work that you've done, and I've learned so much about public housing through you. The concepts that work, the things that don't, all of the challenges that you have with funding packages, construction. It's monumental to be able to put these things together with the bureaucratic structures that we have. And you've done a great job in terms of salvaging units that could have been lost, creating new ones. I've been on site to a number of them here in Ukiah Valley as well as the coast. And you've really provided great leadership for the organization and have really built it. And so for you, this proclamation of the Mendocino County Board of Supervisors honoring Dwayne Hill for his 32 years of service to Rural Communities Housing Development Corporation. Whereas after many years of dedication, leadership, service, and commitment to Rural Communities Housing Development Corporation, RCHDC, Mr. Dwayne Hill is retiring, and whereas Dwayne has led Rural Communities Housing Development since its inception in 1975 and has grown the company from 2 employees to a corporation of more than 80 skilled employees. Whereas throughout his years of dedicated service, Dwayne remained passionate to Rural Communities Housing Development Corporation's commitment to build, preserve, and manage affordable housing for families and seniors throughout Mendocino County. And whereas, on behalf of Mendocino County, the Board of Supervisors wishes to commend Dwayne for his years of dedication to the Rural Communities Housing Development Corporation and the Mendocino County community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of Mendocino County recognizes and honors Dwayne Hill for his years of service, expressing their heartfelt appreciation for his dedication and commitment to the residents of Mendocino County. April 22nd, 2008, Jim Wattenberger, Chair. And that is a motion.
Second.
Thank you. Motion and a second. And I ask for comment from the board to Mr. Hill.
I gotta admit, I didn't really follow Mr. Hill's career that much until I read the article about his retirement in the paper, and I thought, boy, that's a pretty impressive guy. But I really don't see you retiring, though. I just don't. You seem, I mean, come on, what else you got up your sleeve here?
I'm going to move to the Palomino room. John and I had a discussion about the Palomino
Yeah.
room in Red Bluff.
It's the only bar. It's the only bar you can enter from the street to the west and the street to the east. No matter which way you go out, you're always coming out the front door.
To the motion, any other comments? Call for the vote. I'm sorry, Supervisor Delaware.
Well, Mr. Chairman, Dwayne, thank you for many years of hard work, and I know you and I have chatted many, many times on many projects, and I always knew that the RCHDC was in really good hands, and never had a chance to really thank you as much as I'd like to now. Look forward to seeing you this weekend too. But thank you for all your dedication to the housing needs of this county.
I too would like to thank you, Dwayne. You've been an outstanding figure in our community for housing and for all your work. I do appreciate it. I do believe Bruce is going to have some fairly big shoes to fill and quite a record to uphold. And I look forward to further cooperations with the corporation. And I just want to thank you, Dwayne. You've done a heck of a job. So, call for the vote on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed unanimously, Dwayne. Thank you very much.
If I can say a couple words, but
Please.
I'll wait until. Thank you, Kim.
Smile, Dwayne. It's not a wanted poster.
I don't, for some reason, I've never smiled very well. That's something I've got to work on when I run for office, huh?
Oh.
No, I'm just joking. After listening to you for the last hour and 10 minutes, I realized, again, why it's better that you're up there and I'm in the audience, because I don't have the patience, I guess, that I once had. But I want to thank all of you for this wonderful proclamation. You know, over the years, we've had, at RCHDC, we've had a lot of good partners, and the private-public partnership with the County Board of Supervisors and also the redevelopment agency here has made it possible for us to do a lot more than we would have otherwise. You know, it's the local units of government, it's the our board of directors,